what advice do you have for a franchisee who's looking for good talent? He doesn't have the client, he's starting at zero, ideally maybe opening up with a handful, maybe close to triple digits of membership to open up with. But where do you recommend he gets that from? Because it's a tough thing, every unique brand like CrossFit, Orange Theory, you have to have your own in-house training pool kind of scenario, but it's that first location finding people. Is it about, hey, listen, you're going to open that location, you better put aside X amount of thousands of dollars to be able to pace people? Like, are you going to use money to attract some good talent in the beginning? Are you hoping the brand speaks for itself and people want to work for MADabolic? What's the game plan?
So I think you have a little bit of both. If you're wanting to open up with a GM, I'd put some money forward to the GM, and then I do think you need to be bought into the brand, so that's really important. Don't be afraid to go and tell every single person you know that you're opening a gym and that you're looking for trainers. I've spoken with probably 7 people now that are like, oh, yeah, I had family, I've got friends. I'm like, awesome, give me their names. I want to talk with them. Hey, do you know anyone in the fitness industry out there? So that in itself is a little bit of a grind, and you can't be afraid to go out there and ask. But you start asking people, and there's a lot of people that know people in Phoenix, and you start to talk with some fitness professionals out there. Can I talk with your friends that also work with you at this boxing studio or whatever? So it's loosely about networking.
Yeah. And the nice thing when you're in let's say a saturated market, there is a lot of fitness talent around that might not stick around for a long time, an F45 or a Bear, whatever it may be. And if you have made a name for yourself in the industry locally around, you might have the opportunity to pluck people up or, recruit and whatever, however you ethically view that. I never had an issue if I wanted to go to someone who I thought was a top trainer at another location, be like, hey, you're doing great here. I could pay you this, and I think you'd be better here with me. If you're ever interested in having a conversation, let's fucking talk. Because that becomes one of the biggest fears for a lot of microgym owners. What if I train this person really good and they leave and open their own thing, but what if you don't and they stay? Like that kind of comparison. What is that like when you're training up a trainer here? Are you hoping this is going to be career for them, where again they transition to management and then maybe franchisee, or you're like, I'm good with this is just kind of their part-time thing for 3 years?
Both. There's some people up here that are making some serious money, and if you're making 150,000, 200K doing consulting, sorry. Unless you get in the GM role and you're really slaying it, I'm not going to be able to pull you over. But there's some other people. We just brought on a girl who was a teacher. She was making decent money, but we brought her on as a GM full-time. She'd been working with us for 2 years. She just opened up Alexandria, phenomenal opening down there. I think she's going to do really well for herself. So we can attract some talent like that, but we've brought on a lot of clients that are now part-time with us. They're huge believers in the brand. It's amazing how far they're willing to go for us, just going the extra mile. So I actually really like having them as part-time people as well, but they're really, really bought in.